Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. We ended up here in Baldur's Gate, outside of the tower that we're supposed to find Lorroakan. But I do also want to check out these people that we saw doing some strange magics. So let's see what they're up to. Wow, it is taking us a long route to get there.
Great, isn't it? These are just cantrips. I can keep this up all day.
What about your lesser and greater allies?
I mean, yeah, the verily, behold and stuff. Just like Astondo the Greater says.
Behold the sacred illuminations of the mysterious ancients. Back off, chap, you're too close. Do you want to lose your eyebrows?
You're casting cantrips. All of you. So they're just putting on a show with cantrips.
To be a great wizard and wade through my enemies with spells of fire and blood. Mostly fire.
Blood spells are probably not as awesome, but fire spells are great.
Just look at her. She hasn't been this excited since her birthday.
So it's just a magic show.
Honestly cool. My favourite firework colour is like dark violet because it's the most cool.
Sure.
Politics gossip.
Alright, Newshawker. What's your story?
Come get your copy of the Baldur's Mouth Gazette. When the mouth speaks, the city shakes.
Well, the city has been shaking.
Right there, Chief. Can I interest you in a copy of our fine broadsheet?
Is it the same one I've already read? I'll buy it anyway, just in case.
Have a gander at that. Come back tomorrow if you fancy fresh news.
Issue 87. I don't know if that's the one we already read. I have 2 copies of 87, so my guess is yes. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I'm kind of nervous to rest because supposedly the news will then include us and turn the entire population against us. Eridan. Oh, we heard someone shouting. It's Eridan, the remainder of the adventuring party that worked for Lorroakan and failed to get the night song.
Get this tin piss pot out of my face. Let me back in. I'll bring Lorroakan out here, you tin tube. You tell Lorroakan I went for his goddamn night song, and now he has to pay up. What are you looking at?
I mean, people only pay when you succeed, and you did not.
You went looking for the night song after me. Please tell me you found it.
Why? Where's the rest of your party? Why are you trying to get paid when you didn't find it? Yeah, I'm not gonna... I could deceive him. I'm just curious what he thinks is going on here. Who are you trying to get to at inside?
Lorroakan, the wizard who set out the contract. He owns this place. And his little page boy inside knows how to get to him. Lorroakan said it'd be easy money. A smash and grab.
Okay, that was a lie.
Get the night song, go. Turns out his little relic was in a temple of Shah, beneath an army of goblins. Would never have taken my people in if I'd known.
Yeah, so look,
Can't
Broken
go
lied.
back. But I can make Lorroakan cough up. Especially if you found the relic.
So did the rest of your people die at some point? Because I think when we left you, at the Tiefling hideout. I think that's the last time we saw you. You still had 2 of them left. And then we sent another one out of the Goblin camp alive. At least that's my memory of things. I found the Night Song. Turns out it wasn't a relic, but an Azamar.
An Asima? Hells. If I'd known, I'd have asked for more gold. Kidnapping costs more than theft. Don't forget, I'm the one who gave you that contract. I want my cut.
She's in my camp. If you want to turn her in, you're going to have to take her down yourself. That's just asking him to be killed and also pissing her off. So, no. I haven't been paid. She's immortal and tough. You can forget about turning her in for a reward. She's gone. I'm not sure where to or piss off. I haven't been paid yet.
Good luck getting a blue copper out of Laroa, kid. Guy's tighter than a black-nosed sheep. You get that money, you come find me. Or I'll come looking for you.
So we heard he wasn't a very good mage. Like, some people thought he was a good mage, but Gale thought he wasn't. But an animated armor isn't nothing. Okay. Hello? Mind if I head inside or examine the armor to discern its nature? Yeah, let's give that a shot. What can you tell me about yourself, armor? Should be good enough. No problem.
This armor is a construct animated by powerful magic. It has no soul or power of speech, but it follows the directives of its master. It feels no pain and knows no morality. It will act on behalf of its master and perish when the magic that binds it is severed.
So it can't talk. And it's just following a specific order, which is probably keep people out of the house. Hello? I mean, it sounds like it's trying to talk. Mind if I head inside? Hi. Hey, Roland is here. So you did eventually get your internship. Conjured spiders, various elementals. Okay. This place isn't nothing. Big Clive. No Laroican, though, that we can see from here. Let's try walking in and see what happens.
Tell me, Lae'zel, what is it like on the astral plane? Your home realm intrigues me.
Githyanki lay their eggs on other planes. They cannot mature in the astral. I will only be welcomed once I obtain a Mind Flayer's head.
Hey, Roland. How are things here?
You! What are you doing here?
You look a bit worse for wear. What happened to your face? He did have some scratches on him. Did you see Eridan outside from the Druid's Grove? I heard this place was for spellcasting prodigies. Why are you here? Oh, that is super rough. I'm here for Sorcerous Sundries, of course. Ah. Is this Sorcerous Sundries as well? Yeah, you look a bit worse for wear. What happened?
Nothing for you to worry about.
His voice captures. Something's wrong here.
But never mind that. What can I do for you?
Do many people ask about the Night Song? I have information on the Night Song. Night Song, she's in my camp now, right now. So I can't ask him about it. We succeeded on the... At least I think we succeeded. I didn't actually check. Maybe we failed. Wisdom, insight. His voice catches. Something's wrong here. I assume that was a success. But we can't comment further. Do many people ask about the Night Song?
It's all I deal with these days. People claiming their trinkets are the real Night Song, looking for the mountain of gold Laroican promised.
Ah.
There's even a pamphlet. Take one. They're on the desk.
I do have information. Do I want to tell Lorroakan? I have information on the Night Song. He's probably going to roll his eyes or something.
Be very sure before you make to visit Lorroakan. He's got a beastly temper. But if you really do know something, he'll want to see you. Head upstairs. You can find the way into his tower up there.
So, seriously, what's...
Interest in the astral plane.
Time. Or rather, the absence of it. In the astral plane, everything is eternal.
It will be my home soon enough, should Vlaakith will it.
What? That's a weird dialogue because she is very solidly not following Vlaakith at the moment. Odd. Let's read this. Adventures wanted for perilous and profitable quest. Master Lorroakan, the Arcanist of Athkatla, the recluse of Rasmus Tower, seeks brave and enterprising individuals to delve treacherous temple and recover storied artifact of the Night Song for preservation in Baldur's Gate. Only stout of heart and keen of mind need apply. Fame, glory, and incredible fortune assured. I mean, he does specifically state that it is a... he needs brave, enterprising individuals to delve treacherous temple. So, for Eredin to claim that he wasn't aware of what he was getting into, yeah, treacherous temple doesn't specifically tell you it's a Shar temple, and that there's goblins camped in it. But he didn't just say it would be a smash and grab cakewalk. He was implying it would be dangerous. Assuming that's the same write-up that Eredin got. Anything further, Roland?
How can I help you?
I'd like to buy something, I guess, if you're a shop.
I suppose that, at least, I can help with.
So I can't get more information on what's off about you. Cast spiritual weapon. Charisma +2 up to 22. I'd rather use the intellect one to boost my intelligence, because that helps out in all of our skill checks. But the +2 charisma, getting my charisma up to 22, would help with all my spellcasting. Which isn't nothing. +1 to save DC. And starting your turn on plant growth surface or vine surface, regain hit points. That's awfully specific. When the wearer succeeds a saving throw against a spell, they gain a d4 hit points. The wearer can use a reaction to make an unarmed strike against any attacker that misses. Huh. Ring of Regeneration. At the beginning of your turn, the ring activates, healing you 1d4 hit points. Now that's cool. I'm going to buy that. Cantrips that cost an action, cost a bonus action instead. Ooh. I'm buying that too.
Hope you found what you're looking for.
I did, in fact. Both of those look super cool. So compared to what we have, I'll keep you. But the Ring of Truthfulness, I don't feel has done me that much good lately. Just giving me advantage on insight. We still seem to fail them constantly. And then these. The wearer deals thunder, lightning, or radiant damage, inflict reverberation on the target for 2 turns. Reverberation is a -1 penalty to strength, dex, con, saving throws per turn remaining. And if we can pull up 5 or more turns of reverberation, it does a d4 of thunder damage and possibly knocks them prone. I don't think we've really been able to regularly pull off that reverberation bonus. I would rather be able to cast potentially 2 cantrips. Man, if we can cast Shocking Grasp as a bonus action followed by casting it again as a main action, with how much damage it does, that sounds really cool. Alright, who else is here? Can we talk to the water elemental?
Look.
The water elemental appears to turn towards you, showering everything with a bracing mist.
What about you, lava elemental?
The
lava elemental looks at you placidly, near unfathomable heat beating against your face.
Not a problem. I'm a gold dragonborn. All's fine. You, before you walk away, Big Clive.
There's only so much shopping time left before the absolute breaches the city.
Oh, okay.
I want a pet elemental, but Mumbus says I'm not old enough. I wouldn't let it die like the goldfish, though.
Yeah, if you let a goldfish die, you should not have an elemental.
Have you seen how much the prices have risen? Might as well be throwing my gold straight into the lava elemental.
I mean, the prices didn't seem too bad for what I bought. Various scrolls, all of them would be stealing. Gold wormling staff. What are you? Because you sound fancy. Just allows you to cast Firebolt. It's a +1 staff. Well, that is not terribly exciting. So we've got someone over there. Some people here. What are you guys up to?
You seem to know a good deal about our...
Where is the famous Loroakan? His shop is a nutter shambles.
I feel like we just missed a conversation. You seem to know a good deal about our condition, Gale. I guess because Gale never travels with us, we're suddenly getting a bunch of his dialogues.
There's not much left. Looks like folks heard the Absolute was on the march and bought everything that wasn't nailed down.
Makes sense. You're probably just watching the shop to make sure there's no stealing. Makes sense. So is this...
What's inside?
The bookstore. Ooh, the Spell Plague. And then Wizards of Note, Leroic. In the infamous calamitous year of 1385 DR, which is 110-ish years ago, 108 years ago, conspiracy between the goddess of darkness Shar and the god of trickery Cyric sought to end Mystra's control over the weave and influence over the realms by cravenly assassinating her. But instead of merely breaking the goddess's magic dominance, her death threw the weave into utter chaos and collapse. Magic spells faltered or failed entirely. Countless spellcasters were killed or driven insane, and vast storms of blue flame arose from the Mahar jungles and swept the continent, churning and reshaping the land and leaving whole regions devastated. For the murder of Mystra, Cyric was sentenced by a conclave of gods to 1,000 years imprisonment. Toril would face nearly 100 years of upheaval before Mystra could return once again, reinstated as goddess of magic in 1480 DR. That's 12 years ago. Thanks to the efforts of the legendary wizard Elminster Aumar and the events of the Second Sundering to be fully explored in the next volume. So yeah, this is the event that I kept confusing with the Netherese Fall, because both of them had the god of magic be destroyed. But it seems like in the case of the Netherese, Mithra was killed, but was only gone for a very short period of time, as I recall, before being reformed as Mystra and reforming magic slightly different but new. And that was 1,000 years ago. The spell scarring, which was 100 years ago, Mystra was killed, and then 100 years later was reformed still as Mystra. So those are the two events that hopefully now I have them straight in my head. And then Loroakan, what can we find out about you? This book appears to be a bespoke edition, not mass printed like the others in the series. A note is affixed to the front page. Dear sir, though I appreciate your attempt to contribute to our popular series, I'm afraid we are not accepting reader submissions at this time. Furthermore, I would recommend our fact-checker, Hope Candor, for your personal employ, should you wish to attempt to publish this volume under a different name elsewhere. Kind regards, Ember Coil. So he tried to publish or get a book about himself published in a series of Wizards of Note because he was not a Wizards of Note by the author. And they said, basically, no, also, your facts are wrong, get them checked before you try publishing this elsewhere. Because what you're saying about yourself is not true. And is provably so. It's harsh.
One moment. I'm trying to work out how many pinches of mugwort is equivalent to one of Mother's Leaf.
Okay. I will leave you to it.
Would you mind if I finished browsing before you muscle in, please? I was here first, actually.
I'm not actually trying to buy at the moment. I already bought what I wanted. So are there going to be books here? I guess, yes, this is Sorcerous Sundries, so there should be a book here about Netherese magic. We hope. What is the world but a curtain-framed show of villains, heroes, steeds, and royals? And who directs them where to gamble, when to pounce? This school of enchantment offers its services as director of the cosmic farce. Key terms: enticement, beguilement, manipulation. Key concepts: encode, compel, incite, enthrall. Hello, Tiernan Want.
You're a fellow bargain hunter, I see. The hidden gems here are far better value than the rare books Tolna keeps locked behind the desk.
Ah. You have rare books back here. My guess is that's where we're going to find what we're looking for.
Literature department. Can I help you?
You're a librarian, so you're whispering. Fantastic. I'm trying to find out about a particular Netherese crown. Have you anything on the subject? Why are you whispering? I'd be interested in any especially rare tomes you might have. What do you have on offer? Why are you whispering?
These books are sensitive. They prefer an environment of quiet reverence.
Okay. I am fine. So is that true? Books, are you sensitive? I'd be interested in any especially... I don't know if I want to specifically state what I'm looking for. I'd be interested in any especially rare tomes you might have.
Bold. You might have heard that our library has a collection other shops would lack the skill to curate.
I have, in fact, heard that.
Between us, even Master Lorokan was reluctant to house them in his tower. The pen is mightier than the magic wand, apparently. They're locked away here for their and our customers' safety. Our finest reserve includes the Tharkiat Codex, the Annals of Karsus and Netherese Folly, Sights of the Seelie, and the Curriculum of Strategy. Do any of those interest you?
All of them, but specifically I think the Netherese Folly is the one I need for the quest. Sure, the Annals of Karsus, a Netherese Folly.
It is said to be written by Lord Karsus himself, the Netherese arcanist who attempted to replace the goddess Mystra, failed, and was banished for the attempt. Great magical knowledge lies within those pages, but not many can withstand it.
I'm pretty good.
That's what I need.
Yes, I got that, Gale.
The Annals of Karsus would no doubt have much to say about the crown's true nature. If only you could read them.
This sounds perfect. How much for me to buy it from you?
Buy? Books as temperamental as these are not on sale. They are secured in our vault, where none can harm them, nor can they do any harm. Consider yourself lucky to have learned of such a book's existence, and then forget about it. The Annals of Karsus are best left unread.
I disagree. So I'm remembering that we still have that book of the Necromancy of Thay that we read through, and I'm wondering if there's some way that I can state that I've already succeeded at reading through that without trouble, if that'll help me, because that feels like the sort of thing that would apply here. Surely there's some amount of gold that could convince you to part with this book. Deception. I came here all the way from Neverwinter to admire your collection. Couldn't I just peek in the vault? Intimidation. Unless you want a very nasty paper cut, you're going to tell me how to get into that vault. Persuasion. Isn't it your job to share knowledge, not keep it locked away? At least tell me where the vault is. Well, thank you. I've learned more than enough. We'll go the persuasion route with our plus 17. Your job is to share knowledge, not keep it locked away. I'll take my plus 18 to 21 on this DC 18 check. As long as we don't nat 1 it. Perfect. Beat it by 10.
Customers like you are why I prefer the company of books. The only way to gain access to the vault is through my office. And before you ask, no, you are not allowed in there either.
Where is your office? Surely there's some amount of gold that can convince you to part with the book.
I already told you. It is locked in our vault. And with good reason. Imagine if a tome so dangerous was sold to someone with such poor comprehension.
I have great comprehension. I just don't like the conclusion you came to. Well, thank you, I guess. I've learned more than enough.
You certainly have. Even simple knowledge of these tomes is enough to stimulate most.
So I need to get through your office. And obviously your office is not directly right here. Downfall of the Iron Throne, Fables of Faerun, The Dim-Witted Drow. We have in these bookshelves that are apparently fine for me to look in. The Apprentice's Companion, Book the Fourth. That's one of the problems is we find books not in order, and so I'm reading... Like, I'd like to read series in order. Obviously, we're not reading the whole series, of course. But potentially things connect if we read them in order. Uses magic for particular quandaries. To reveal invisible traps, use fairy fire or see invisibility. True. To bypass glyphs, use fly or gaseous form. Didn't consider gaseous form, but yes. To block harmful spells that traps may trigger, use counterspell. All very good statements. Elminster by Cherish Holdeman. Elminster is a cool topic, so let's read that. This text doesn't approach the wizard Elminster with the near fanatical affection many scholars lay at the feet of his legend. It seems to condemn mealy-mouthed assertions of Elminster's greatness. Take this passage from chapter 6. I spoke to a serving girl at a roadside tavern in the boonies of the Sword Coast. I told her I was researching Elminster. Who is Elminster? Well, he was this astonishing figure in the arcane community. He'd shed the blood of the world's most cunning villains like Manshun of the Zentrum, shared his bed with the goddess, and inspired hundreds of magic wielders to explore themselves, their craft, widen the scope of their ambitions. She nodded politely. I pressed her. Had she truly not heard of Elminster? Miss, she said, aside from the random drinkers in here, I know 8 people, 9 including my dog, Binky. Those were 9 nice little stories you told me. What has this Elminster to do with the price of butter? Yeah, if you're just talking to the wrong people who have no way of knowing what you're on about. Ye folly of Karsus. Okay, so this is a book about Karsus, but not the one we need. This ancient water-damaged tome is largely illegible, except for the following. Did Karsus, mystic, autodidact in his vainglory, disdainful as ever of received wisdom, proclaimed that, crisis-bound, he would safeguard the magic tapestry of all wizardry by supplanting the failing weave god Mistral with another immortal guardian, wiser and stronger of mind. Who could that be? Asked the Netherese, amazed, and Karsus gave them reply. Who but I? Have I not mastered all spells that are known, and diverse others that are not? Have I not forged this crown, thrice finialed, that shall convey into my brain-mind all the enchanted wisdom of Netheril? Yea, indeed, and of Mistral herself. It shall be so. Canst thou but wait, implored Lord Shadow, until... So that is talking about Karsus and the crown. So that's And it's not stealing. It's not what we need, but it's connected. So I might as well grab it. Magic of the Weave, an introduction. I think we have actually read this one a while ago. Why do you have an icon of activate rather than pick up? Oh, just because I'm reading it. The top corner is folded down on one of the final pages, and with the downfall of Sarevok, the City Mages Council was asked to make a memorable example of the Iron Throne, whose criminal headquarters squatted like a dire toad in the center of Baldur's Gate, looming over the disgusted citizenry its thugs had so recently preyed upon. The council hastily convened, decided upon a dramatic demonstration of the city's rejection of the Iron Throne, and 17 of their number joined their magical power in a 48-hour ritual that concluded by levitating the Iron Throne building from its foundations, conveying it across the docks and out over the deepest channel of Grey Harbor, where it was plunged beneath the waves and fog to be seen no more. And in this way, the most prominent symbol of the bloody reign of Sarevok, Enshev, was obliterated. We already talked to you. We have not talked to you guys. You are a corpse. Who recently died here?
Apologies. I'm with a customer at the moment.
A corpse? You just raised a zombie in the middle of this place. Whose corpse did you use?
Do you think that zombie looks fresh? Is fresh good? I never know with zombies.
I would say it's exceptionally fresh. I just saw him animate it right in front of you.
Look, I'm sure there's somebody else who can help you. I need to work while the flesh is fresh.
Yeah, where did you get a corpse? Because most people try and bury their dead. They don't give them away to be used in weird experiments. Hey, Roland, do you want to tell me where this lady's office is? Since we're buddies.
How can I help you?
Guess that's a no. Alright, well, we can go upstairs. So we've got a door there. That could be an office. That could also be another office. And that appears to be all that we have up here. So one of these is probably the Roakin. And that is being labeled as Tolna's office. I suspect if I try and go in there, you're going to be upset. So the other one is probably the Roakin. Maybe because we're at the end of the episode, and I don't know how long that's going to stretch, let's just take the time to read a couple more books, the various plaques, and next time we will see about infiltrating. Are we not going to go over there?
Welcome, dear patron.
Okay.
To the floor at the top of the stairs. If you have information about the Night Song, great riches await. If you are here to waste the great wizard Leroican's time, reconsider. Let your knowledge determine your path forward.
Okay. We have 4 portals. Leroican is apparently not in one of these rooms. The plaques are probably the answers of what we're looking for.
The Night Song is a druidic staff that allows its bearer command over an army of ancient beasts.
It is definitely not that.
The Night Song is an ancient potion that allows its drinker to become irresistibly attractive to man and god alike.
Also not correct.
The Night Song is a priceless ruby from a realm beyond our own.
No.
The Night Song is an immortal being, the child of a deity.
Okay, so that's the correct portal to go through. Can I bother you, Leroican?
Welcome back, dear patron. Remember that the great wizard doesn't suffer fools who waste his time. Let your knowledge determine your path forward.
So we know what the right path is. I want to see what happens if we go in the wrong portals. But I also want to explore there. Do we try the office now? I know I just said that we're going to hold off for the next episode, but suddenly seeing all that makes me want to continue. But I also want to take care of this before we deal with the portals, because that certainly seems like it could be a good start of an episode. Astarion is not in my party. Also, Shadowheart, why is your hair black in that picture? I thought it was white before. I mean, it obviously is white here. Alright, we need to go to camp because we're not doing a heist without Astarion. So give me a quick moment.
Hello, my dear.
Yeah, I need you in my party.
You lost a follower or two. I prefer to travel in smaller groups. It's more intimate.
Yes, you'll take Shadowheart's place.
In that case,
do I want you?
Happy to tag along.
No, maybe I should. Since we're dealing with the Night Song, which is in some ways related to Shadowheart, perhaps I should bring her. I just don't want to get rid of my tank. But thinking about it, Shadowheart could theoretically be tied to what we're dealing with. So maybe I should replace Lae'zel, even though it's a bit sketchy. Yeah, I think that's the call. I want to keep Gale because we're dealing with Lorroakan and the Sundries place and all that. Obviously, he needs to be in the party. Shadowheart could be connected.
Why, hello, lover. That sounded more debonair in my head, I'll admit. Do you need something?
Yeah, you join my party again as well.
Is full. Lose a partner and there'll be room for me.
Yeah, you'll take Lae'zel's spot. Alright. Let's leave camp.
What now?
Astarion, if you could separate from the group. Let's go into the corner. Try and stealth. Let's toss down a save just in case. And then please lockpick this. Take some guidance. Not that you need it. I didn't see a trap or anything that would alert her. Head on in, please, and then close the door. All is well. So we're in her office now. Let's grab chest key. Officious note. Miklar, Master Lorroakan has requested his tome of divination spells be brought to the basement. He must focus without interruption in order to see the unseen. Since you refused to speak to me since the incident with the ape, I have no choice but to make my request in writing. Vompter. We've got an update for Wizard of Waterdeep. Did we now? Hide the completed. Come on. Wizard of Waterdeep. We found a note in Tolna's office regarding the Sorcerous Sundries vault. It looks like the vault is protected by some invisible means. We should tread carefully. A note from Vompter. Miklar, as you refused to speak to me following the incident with a three-eyed man, I have no choice but to make my request in writing. Master Lorroakan instructs you to bring his newly acquired lamp, the one with the Djinn, to the vault and store it behind the protective wall. It is far too dangerous to be left on display in the shop proper. Vompter. Okay. An alternative perspective on the weave. According to standard wisdom, the weave is comprised of the body of Mistra, or the domain of Mistral, the threads connecting all of creation to the source of magic itself. I posit to the intrepid reader that the truth is far more fascinating. The weave, as we know it, is not invisible at all. No, certain among us, whom I call seers, can sense the true nature of the weave as an incredibly fine but highly physical and edible substance left in our realm by spacefaring giants called immortums several eons ago. Each time we wield this power, creatures called weave devils consume these strands of weave, and their excrement is a powerful force we call magic. I know this will shock many readers, but I only deliver the facts as I know them, and as the esteemed wizarding community wants to keep from you. I'm thinking the normal interpretation makes more sense than that. For the stout and sturdy, is that still the same? Yeah. Find the night song. It's interesting that he has this portal, though, which means that he knows what the night song is. And that it's not an object, that it was, in fact, a person. We'll grab that as well. The Apprentice's Companion Book the Second. With regard to summons, their uses are unaccountable. This mage's preferred utilization include an intrepid scout, and what I call wasters in battle. Summon your noble friend to your side and send them into the fray to tire your foe. Do not develop an unnatural attachment to these summons. They are magical, not actual, in form a fiction of weave and air and light. Then we have one book that is set aside separately, and that sounds significant. Click. Hello. Well, now I want everyone else to join. Hey, the rest of you. Please hide. Yeah, that didn't work. Alright.
You've wandered into a forbidden area. You sense it might be
Yeah.
time to leave.
Try to buy your way in. Try to convince them you belong here. Try to convince them I belong here. With a persuasion. Just, oh, with a -1. Who am I rolling as? Uniform of yours makes a very tasteful body bag. You don't get out of my way. Character select. Oh, I'm Shadowheart right now. Varric. Can we... No? Ah. No, I wanted you on the inside. Huh. Okay, so we are doing Shadowheart as the dialogue person. Well, that's a problem. Why are you looking at me like that? I live here? Sure. Shadowheart, you are super bad. DC 22 and you've got a +0 to 3. Yeah. I mean, good roll, not good enough.
You have outstayed your already flimsy welcome, and now you will leave.
Okay. Let's separate everyone. The door's still open. You are unfortunately facing us. Does that mean sneaking is not going to happen? Yeah. Anyone who can actually stealth can possibly make it through that. I guess it'll tell us if we break out of stealth. And we won't get in trouble until we actually walk in. So walk into the line of sight. Nope, you got seen. Because I think it's going to make the roll. No, does it just automatically see you?
Ready or not.
I thought there would be a roll, but it seems that's not the case.
Let's keep to the shadows. Let's prowl.
Yeah. Because he should have been able to make it, and I'm not seeing a roll. How do we get in there? We could go crazy with it. Because I think we have some people with the access to Dimension Door. Teleport yourself and up to one adjacent ally to a place you can see. The ally cannot be larger than medium. So we know that their vision cone stops about there. So we could Dimension Door ourselves in there. Upcasting doesn't increase the number. Up to one adjacent ally. Really? If we look at what spells are available, do we have any sort of better form that does get more people? Not seeing it.
No one back home will ever
You don't.
ready and willing.
You appear not to have any sort of Dimension Door. You certainly won't because you're not a mage.
I'm ready.
We could also try casting Darkness or something in if any of us have it. I'm going a little overboard trying to figure out how to get in there. But the portal's right there, you know?
Well, hello. Lost in thought.
You can do sleep. We know...
Still alive. So that's progress.
Yeah. Our drow friend, whose name is currently escaping me, should have access to darkness. Although I don't know if casting darkness right here would upset them at all. What if I walk over here and talk to you from this angle? Can I get you to turn away? I can. Well, that changes things, doesn't it? If we tried to stealth now... No one's watching. Alright. So let's get out of group mode so one at a time we can go in. Toss down another save. Just because.
What path lies before me?
So you're now in successfully. The rest of you stood up for some reason. Shadowheart is still stealthing. So can you walk through here stealthily? Yes. Let's have you also head over there, out of sight. Gale.
My magic. Very well.
Step over here. Go into stealth for me.
Got the wrong man for this.
You got the wrong man for this.
Immediately.
Probably true. And lastly, Astarion.
Step quick.
Let's get you into stealth as well.
Just like old times.
There we go. Regroup up.
Nice and quiet now. Never
Yeah.
wanted the easy path.
All of us sneak quietly to the portal. We're in. This is a hostile area.
Let's see what you're hiding.
But I think this is now a fun place to stop for the... You are bouncing, Trunk. to stop for the episode. Ah, it stopped. Yes, I think this is a good place to stop the episode, and next time we will look into exploring farther. I'm seeing this door there on the map. It looks like the map is chopped off really close to this side as well, with a possible door there. I'm guessing this wall is fake. And there's a way to go through that. Anyway, we'll sort that out next time. For now, we're going to stop here. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you then. Bye.